Today we're going to do a batch of summer sausage. This will be mainly deer meat and pork. The mainstay will be deer, but it'll also have pork in it. And this will be an AC leg blend jalapeno. There is the blend and the mix, so you can take a look at it. So here's the meat before we slice up. I'm trimming down the deer meat. Some of the connective tissue is fine, it'll grind out and it won't be a big deal in the sausage. But the fat, I'm trying to keep as much of the deer fat out of the sausage as you can. It'll give it an off flavor. When you're processing for sausage, these roasts should be near frozen, just to the point to where you can cut them. That keeps them nice and cold while you're getting everything done. If you do your meat in big strips like this, it's pretty easy to grind. You gotta force it or nothing. Keeping your meat cold, partially frozen, aids in grinding it too. If the meat is a little bit frozen, it helps the auger grab it because it's not so mushy, and it'll grind it a lot easier. That's another bonus in having it partially frozen. After getting that mixed, it's a tad leaner than I want it. So I went up to the freezer and got a couple pounds of bacon. The bacon's kind of a nice way to add that little bit of fat that you need, especially if it's got a decent smoke to it. It gives a little bit of internal smoke to the flavor outside of the external, what you're going to smoke when you smoke it. For this 25-pound batch, I have a pound of pepper jack and a pound of cheddar that's going to get cut and cubed. Cubing up this cheese, switch to a little chef knife. Makes it a little easier to cut it up and get your fingers under it. Get some leverage on it. You just get cut. I'm going to take them and just cube them like that. Cubes like 3/8 or so is about perfect for a sausage. If you're not using high temp cheese, it'll be fine. You just have to have a smoker that you can control the temperature in. If you don't have a controlled environment, then you'll melt the cheese right out of it, or it's possible anyway. But I've had good luck just using regular cheese. Don't need high temp cheese. It's just when you do the thermal process. When you do the thermal process, you need to be able to really be able to control it. So this is the gist of it. Big old chunks of cheese. It'll work out nice. They'll mix right in and stuff excellent. Here's our mixture. We're going to add the cure. It gets 3 pounds of water and the seasoning. So here's the cure. We'll just spread that all around. Here's our seasoning. And as I always do, I want to smell it. You can smell the jalapeno in it. It smells good. One thing I do is, windy. Don't be afraid to take a pinch of that seasoning and try it, just to see. You normally take a batch or a little patty of this and cook it up, but take you a little bit of that. Taste it. and salty, as it should be. Not real jalapeno. I'll have to see what it does after it's up. Might add in a little bit of this jalapeno sauce. It's a little vinegary, but it might be good in it. Try it. Get a water in there, cheese, spices. Now we're just going to start folding this so it's incorporated. Every so often move that tub if you want. I think we're probably going to pat this down, let her sit overnight, and then in the morning we'll get the stuffer out, test it before we stuff, make sure it's what we want, and get this smoked tomorrow. So these are the casings I'll be stuffing. They got a loop tied on one end so you can hang them right in the smoker. They're just a clear casing. You can get these in either clear or with the darker smoked look, but I like to do the clear. That way when I smoke them I can get a good idea of what actually went into it. So before I get ready to stuff, I'm going to go over what I added to this. I did a taste last night on the grill, a little patty on the grill, and I ended up adding, like I said, about a half a bottle of the jalapeno sauce. And I actually came back with more jalapenos. I had a half a jar of these, so I used them up in it, and I actually used the juice as well. I added onion, garlic, some coriander, a little bit of cumin. I put a little bit of celery seed in it, and some chipotle pepper. One of the hardest parts of stuffing by yourself is trying to get them wrapped up on the end after you get it stuffed. What I do, I take my hog ring pliers and preset the hog ring on there and just put a rubber band on it to hold it. Then after I stuff, get right up to the end and just roll it. Pinch that meat back in there, it'll get the tube nice and tight. And have a little bit on the end and just done. So I'm actually finishing out some casings that I had left over. These are 1.5, and I've had enough to almost do this whole batch. Add some cherry and start cooking. That cook schedule took right about 7 hours. I get to try it. Nice and hot, and the cheese is melted. See the spices in it. Smells excellent. Get the still hot, so pull the casing off a little bit. I'll have to cut it and then peel it. Get to try it. somewhere. There. Oh man. Wow. Salt is good. The spices are excellent. The heat, the jalapeno comes right out, which is exactly what I wanted. The cheese, still good. Mmm. That is excellent. Really good. Jalapeno summer sausage. Give it a try. Want to try it? Get over here and cut some off. Right there, fucking off.